Hello. I want to give you a bit of an update on the wildlife pond, or the big dig as I'm calling it, because a couple of people specifically have asked for an update, Russell and Pauline, and also a few of you have expressed concern once again about my well-being as I continue digging this 6 metre in diameter pond. Well, let me assure you, I'm absolutely fine. I'm doing it in small bite-sized chunks, no more than 10 or 15 barrel loads at a turn, and as you can probably see, I'm already down to about 4.5 foot in the middle of the pond. That's deeper than I originally said, and there's a reason for that, and the reason for that is that the sides here are very sandy and unstable, and I know that as I start to dig the ledges into these sides, sand and soil will cleave off and come back into the hole at the bottom, so I don't mind it being slightly deeper for the moment. I've learnt several things as I've been digging this hole, namely point the barrow in the direction of the pile, always have it downwind because the sand and the soil will blow back in your face, and don't overload it because it's just too difficult to push and get up the plank onto the top of the pile if it's overloaded. So small bite-sized pieces. So I'm going to clamber out of the hole now. As you can see, it's quite deep. I'm 6 foot tall and it's there, my middle. I guess that's 3.5, 4 foot, I don't know. Anyway, I've fashioned out some steps here for ease of access, and I'll pick the camera up and give you a bit of an aerial view. It's been an exceptionally windy Sunday, and I've got hold of the camera now, so I apologise if it's blowing about in the wind. You can see the perimeter of the pond. It's demarked by these stakes. You can also see my shadow. I'm afraid you're going to have to cope with that because I want to keep my back to the wind and keep the microphone in the shade of my own body. So anyway, there's a pie here. This is going to be carved away to form the beach of the pond. There's going to be a 2 foot ledge around the outside. I've left the grass a metre around the outside because that will keep the soil stable. It'll also give me somewhere to put my barrow, which is stable as I dig the hole deeper and deeper. The peninsula here for now also gives me a good place to put the barrow to shovel soil from the bottom of the hole on, but eventually that will have to go and I'll have to carve it away. This inner circle is 4 metres in diameter, and that will be formed into shelves. Now, I've discovered that the soil is quite sandy and very unstable, and as I dig it kind of cleaves away. I think it's also quite dry and well drained down there. So the consequence of that is I may not have what I originally thought, which was 3 very neat levels and shelves. I may end up with some random shelves of varying depths, simply because I can't control what happens to this soil as I dig it. But suffice it to say, there will be ledges. It's really important that there are ledges of different depths going around the outside of the pond, and they will accommodate different types of plants. Some plants like 3 feet deep, some like 2 feet deep, and others like shallow marginal depths. There's also going to be a bog garden over here. The ledge, which is 1 foot deep, which will be around the outside of the pond here where I've left the grass, is going to be lined with pond liner, and that pond liner is going to be covered up by these massive boulders. I'm going to borrow them from along the outside of the wildflower meadow, and those boulders are going to be transported across to here, and they're going to cover the pond liner. I don't want to see any pond liner. I want it to look as natural as possible. And then the beach area, which is going to be across there where I've left a segment undug, is going to be covered in beach boulders, which a great neighbour has given to us, and they're waiting over there by that gate. And look, I'll be able to look down this mown area of grass from the kitchen window of the cottage straight down to the water's surface. I will leave the outer perimeter undug until I'm happy with the depths of the inner pond here, and that's not going to be far off because the volume of soil to remove around here is actually getting less and less with every barrow load I remove. So there's a bit of an update for you. Thank you for your concern, thank you for your interest. It's coming along, you can see quite deep already, and I will see you all very soon for the July garden tour and update. Bye for now.